Hello and welcome back to the Reaper. So we're cracking on with our pretty cool metal campaign, day 5 today. So day 4 yesterday was a mission where it was the protection mission, wasn't it? We defended 3 Aleutians that got to the red base, and it was a pretty awesome mission. It worked out well for us, and we've got some cool money from it. But let's go straight on to day 5. Now the first thing to say about day 5 is that the weather is clement, so the weather's okay. But it is an evening mission. Basically, as soon as we enter into the mission, it's gone 8 PM. So it is going to run into the evening, so plan your aircraft and everything accordingly with that we're going to run into the evening, okay? That's that. Now let's talk about the mission. Now, the map, as you'll all know from watching the medal campaign, is basically the same as ever. So let's see what's different. We've slightly changed some aircraft prices. The Mirage, we've just been configuring these, optimizing it. The Mirage is now 15 million. It's come down from 20 million to 15 million. Basically because people weren't flying it. They were always choosing the Hornet over the Mirage for whatever reasons. That's fine. Okay, and let's get into the missions. Mission 1 is called The Gift. We the Blues have to escort a B-1b bomber to the blue base. Thing is, it will approach from the north of the red area and pass over the red area. If the B-1 reaches the blue base and lands safely, then we can then use that B-1 in future campaign missions. So it's imperative that the Blues get that. As well as getting the use of the B-1, we also get 30 million bucks for it. So this is our biggest payout so far for a single task. Okay. Mission 2, Waggy Tail. And this was just carrying on from yesterday. We failed to rescue Wagged. He's in exactly the same place. He's in a base 20 miles northeast of our blue FARP. He's got a good isometric picture down at the bottom there. He's hiding at that building there. There's only one building like that in the village. Now to find it, I very helpfully put blue markers on the map. I put blue comm towers on the map near the target. That's how you navigate. Don't use this picture that I've drawn here. I've just drawn it in paint shop or paintbrush. It's not accurate. Always use the markers that I give you to do the mission. If I don't give you markers, I'll give you coordinates. I don't expect you to do it without proper navigation. Okay? Same thing as last time. We've got to get there in a chopper. We've got to find that building. We've got to land for 10 seconds near Matt Wagner, pick him up, take him back to the FARP or the blue base, get 10 million bucks for it. Mission 3, Burnt Steel. Rescue 3 times tank crews from tank wrecks at village of Pantera. Pantera is the one roughly shown on the map where I've written tank crews. So it's about 15 miles northwest of the FARP. You need a chopper to go in there. You need to locate the tanks which are damaged. You have to land next to each tank for 10 seconds, and then that is that crew on board. You can have as many crews as you want in a Mi-8. Only one tank crew in a Huey. Unless anyone knows more about Huey, maybe we can decide to have 2 tank crews in a Huey. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then take it back to the FARP. We get 5 million bucks per tank crew. Their heads are considered very valuable, basically. Campaign bonuses, exactly the same as normal. Not going to go through them because we don't need to. Same map as usual. Let's look at the money. We had a really good mission last time. We were lucky. Again, the Reds had a couple of dropouts for whatever reasons they dropped out. And so we just managed to do the mission. And blue starting balance at the beginning of the mission is the highest yet, 155 mil. Really good. Reds is 30% of that as usual. They get 51 mil or 51.6 mil. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to send the Reds away, and once we've answered any questions, and then we're going to get on with some blue tactical planning. The Blues are essentially attacking today. Yeah, they are, trust me. So the Blues get first choice of aircraft. So the Blues are going to choose the aircraft first, then the Reds will counter-respond with their aircraft choice, then we'll hash a deal out after that. Any questions from the Reds before I send the Reds off? So today is a difficult mission. Let me tell you my thoughts, guys, because I've spent many hours thinking about this, and then you guys can start hashing some sort of plan out of this.
Cap, I thought we took out the SA-6 at Beslan a while ago.
So basically, unlike the coffee campaign, if you take something out, it just respawns the next day. All you do is interrupt it for a day, okay? Because I haven't got the ability to make a huge campaign where we just knock out each one. So as soon as you knock it out, you just knock it out for the day, and your reward for knocking it out in a day to help other PMCs that are operating is you get money. So our reward for knocking it out is to get money, okay? Now, so what's going to happen, guys, is I've explained how the B-1 works. At a certain point, basically, as I described earlier, it's going to spawn north of the red base. I can tell you guys, assuming we've checked the Reds aren't in here, and they're not. I can tell you guys that it is going to be, it took ages to get it to work. I've managed to make it fly at its max speed. I got Mach 1.35, and I'm trying to make it fly at Angels 60. It can't quite make it, but around Angels 50 is okay. Good thing about that is it can fly over, because of the speed and altitude, it can fly over the SA6s. They can't reach it even if they fire. Bad thing is S-300 knocks it out of the sky in seconds. So the S-300, one way or another today, has got to go down if we're going to do missions. For anyone new, the way it works is we have to at least attempt the primary mission. The primary mission is the first one, the B1. Okay, we don't have to chuck all our guys at it. We don't have to suicide it, but at least one or two guys, we've got to, try and do that S-300 mission basically. Okay. Yeah.
Does it have to go down? Wouldn't it be possible to just keep the radar busy?
Yes, I'm going to talk about that because I've thought about that. So just let me finish my idea first, okay, and then we'll go on there. Okay, so one way or another, that S-300s, we've got to stop it firing, and as well as that, we've got to stop their Hornets shooting it down, because they're going to take the Hornets and their Mirages, they're going to see it by the GCI, and they're going to shoot it down. So it's a very difficult thing we've got to do, and we've got no control over it. It will just fly straight and level. It's got no intelligence. It's driven by, I don't know, Trump or someone who's stupid. Okay, so that's the thing. Now, that S-300 has to be taken down. Now, I've thought every way possible to get that S-300, and I can't figure a way in. Vegans aren't going to make it in. Please let me finish, riddle. The S-300, if we go Vig in there, vegans, we've tried it before, it shoots you at any altitude, basically. We've got nothing to hide behind, not even trees, to get to it. You can send a warbird, and a warbird probably would get in there and kill it, but it's not going to get past hostile Hornets and defense. Hence,
you send a vegan with a jammer.
Maybe, and we'll discuss that. But even if you do that, how do you protect it from the Hornets? It's such a difficult thing. So even if we could find... So, yeah, maybe we could suicide in there and someone might be able to take it out. Personally, I don't think it's possible. Personally, I think the only way of taking the S-300 down is to drain its SAMs. It has 30 to 40 SAMs. It will take a whole squad of F5s or something to drain it. But that is a possible, safe way of doing that. We'd have 40 minutes to do it. We could drain 40 SAMs, and then that is knocked out for the day, basically. That is one way of doing it, and it's a cheap way of doing it. It only costs us 20 mil for a bunch of F5s. Even if they got shot down, that would easily pay, in getting the B1, basically. So that's the thing. So we'll talk about that S-300 in a minute. Secondly, AWACS, very important. If they're going to have a GCI, and we can take out the S-300 somehow, drain it or kill it, we've still got to take out their QRA. Remember, they have respawns. They can respawn even once we kill them. Our best way to protect it at that point would be taking out that AWACS. It's Angels 25. It is conning. It's 20-ish miles away from that S-300, so it's something that needs thinking about. So that is all stuff. Personally, I would just have one squad just to go and do that, kill the S-300 and the AWACS. It's a really hard mission, and the guys who are going to do that are almost certainly going to die. Okay, I think the bulk of the squad, maybe 10 men, should just be money making today. That is helicopters doing the tank crews, helicopters doing WAGs, cap to protect those helicopters, a couple of Vigans to bomb Beslan base, taking out the SA6 at Beslan. That's all stuff that can be done, and that is 40 million that we could do in a combined assault like that. So we do have to genuinely attempt the S-300 and the AWACS, but moneymaker today is the tank crews, WAGs, and Beslan, I think. So that's my general thinking. Let's start kicking your big brains off and seeing what you can add to that.
What I think would be a good idea is get an SU-25T F-15 combo. The F-15 protects the SU-25 with a better radar. SU-25 goes in and attacks the S-300 with as much shit as possible at very low altitude.
The only problem is I've offered it a full S-300 suite, so it comes with the short range and the long range missiles. Now, from my research, the short range S-300 missiles will shoot down KH-58s, making that a complete waste, unless anyone knows differently, but I'm pretty sure with the full suite it shoots down KH-58s, which is why I didn't suggest that.
Yeah, if you've given it the full suite, it will shoot down the KH-58s before it gets there.
Yeah, so yeah.
Realistically, there's only like 3 ways of taking down an S-300, and it all rotates around getting rid of the radar. You've got Harriers, low level, skimming between buildings and everything else, hoping that you can stay below the radar detection. If you stay below about 100 feet, then you generally go under the radar and it won't fire at you. Mm-hmm. And the reason that people jink in between trees is because trees block line of sight in case the radar is on higher ground. But if you're below about 100 feet, then generally you can get away with it. But it is dicey, and if another aeroplane drops on top of you, like even not even the F-18, but like a MiG-21, then you're buggered because you can't climb or fight. Because as soon as you climb up, you're going to get shot.
Guys, good news. They're flying MiG-21s in a Bf-109.
That's not accurate. It won't be accurate. Don't ignore that. It will be modern fighters, I can guarantee it.
They want to take Mirages, so if we take a Mirage first, then they can't take them.
We are allowed to do that. We can deny them assets. We can't cheat, like take a Hornet and a Mirage and deny them both of that category, but we can take either Mirages or Hornets. That will be our decision. So that was the first thing, P-Man. That was the idea of the Harriers in, which sounds sounds, if you had skill enough pilots to fly that Harrier and get in there, that would be good, but how we could protect them that deep in from their Hornets, I have no idea how to do that.
Honestly, that sounds more like a Viking job, actually, going in very fast, very low.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it with Vigans, but it's again, you're encountering the same problems. The only way of realistically doing it would be to travel to like the 3 o'clock position, and you're almost going to run the gauntlet of the SA-6.
So how good is that jammer?
You get it.
Crap.
First of all, no, the Viking charm is actually not terrible.
Good jammer, from what I hear.
Tiny.
Don't forget, the Viking is a lot faster than the Harrier, so it's actually more difficult to intercept.
The jammer on the Vigan doesn't affect S-300 sites. It doesn't operate on the same frequency. The only benefit you get from using the jammer is that it shortens the range of the short-range missiles. And we tested it extensively when we did the last campaign, and it doesn't work.
And I have vivid recollections of Blood and P-Man charging with their Vigans on an S-300, beautiful, flying 50 feet, hiding behind the trees.
But I was thinking about covering our
and they went in for the bombs at
assault.
just a sec. They went in for the bombs at 50 feet, like literally impossible to shoot down. And that S-300 launched when they were a quarter of a mile away at 50 feet and killed them both. You just can't defend against that. Sorry, I interrupted you, dude. What was that?
Can it jam air-to-air radar? Or is it
Well, yes, it does jam air-to-air radar. Unfortunately, it also shows up as a massive, great jamming signal. So they get directed to you. It acts like a massive homing beacon, which we also found out because, again, Blood and I were doing something silly in Vigans, and it turns out that we were appearing on radar like a big beacon saying, "Come, please shoot us."
Okay. I was just thinking maybe we could have some protection for the 15s or whatever we take.
The other thing to think about with the jammer is it's only effective 15 degrees off the nose.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's not an all-round jammer. It sends out that pulse beacon so that you can be detected from any attitude, but it only will jam incoming radar signals off the nose. It was primarily designed to stop you being shot in the face.
And we also have to think, I know what Riddle's thinking, we're just thinking, I can keep those Hornets busy with my Eagle. Well, you can't. You won't be able to get anywhere near that S-300 site.
That's not what I'm thinking.
No, but I know you if you're even thinking about going in there with an Eagle, then you've got a bad idea. You'll have to have something cheap if you're going to suicide into the AWACS, because it's 20 miles from an S-300.
Come on, man! The Eagle's the fastest thing. You load it as you load it as light as possible. It goes super fast.
Even Riddler can't beat physics, and physics say if you're travelling an Angel 60 and super fast, it will be able to shoot you about 70 or 80 miles away because you're helping that missile by charging in. This is the thing. This is why it's such a hard mission. You can't do anything traditional. Everything is blocked out, which is why I'm trying to think out of the box.
What about a swarm of Harriers?
Yeah, I mean, have we got? I mean, those Harriers have got to be good drivers.
4 anti-radiation missiles apiece.
Again, how do you stop them to Hornet shooting them down, just picking them off from 20 miles away? What stops? Where's the logic stopping them doing that? I need some logic. Our cap can't operate it.
Cap in because the cap's low on the ground, the same as the Harriers.
Our cap will all be shot down.
Or what we could do is disregard
Side on sea short range.
Or what we could do is disregard that mission. Say fuck the B2.
We're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. We have to at least. We have to make a serious effort. These are the rules I set to make this an extremely difficult campaign for us.
So the S-300 can shoot to 60,000 feet, 50,000.
It can shoot to 150,000 feet.
So,
jeez.
will the S-300 actively shoot down Spitfires?
Yes, unless you are literally 20 feet. I've seen Trash beat a S-300 before, 50 feet, literally hiding behind trees, and he did go in and kill it. But again, they've got a GCI and a Hornet, which is just going to shoot your Spitfires down.
Because what I was thinking, as you said...
do we go directly after the AWAC first?
Well, yeah, if you send Mirages off to or Hornets or Eagles, whatever, send them straight to the west, so they get really close over that AWAC line, and then just come in, straight in, get the AWAC, ASAP, PBR, turn around and
back out.
burn
Because
out.
the S-300 is going to
Yep.
be shooting at you.
That is the
It's
thing.
missiles straight towards the AWACS
That's the
and
other
burn
problem.
out.
Have you guys finished arguing about who's gonna buy
No,
the
no, we're going to
FPV?
take ages. Go away, please. Right.
No, you.
In the
So
meantime, we
that-
could drain the S-300 with a couple of Hornets.
yes,
They can also defend themselves.
that's the best thing to do. That's the only thing where I can think of realistically doing this is having, and I would do it not Hornets. I would do it with something cheap like an F5. We're going to have 4 F5s up there for the price of 1 Hornet, and they can easily sit there. 4 guys, I'm happy to do it. Sitting there draining missiles from 60 miles away, just sitting there for 40 minutes draining missiles. Then we'll have the F-15 around the blue FARP area protecting our area. And we can drain it that way. We don't have to send any suicidal weird stuff. There is still the thing of the AWACS. Just back on the AWACS. I agree. The AWACS is worth a shot, right? Now the only way I can think of doing this, if you look at the AWACS, now look, it's going to circle roughly where it is. Look to the left or the west, southwest. Can you see that brown road or river heading down southwest? That is a way to kill that AWACS. Now, if you came in high and fast, you won't be able to kill the AWACS because the S-300 will be able to shoot at you at 60 or 70 miles. If you came in low down that river, really fast, and to the point where you're underneath that AWACS and then popped up vertically to kill the AWACS, you can do it like that. The S-300 will shoot you and kill you once you've killed the AWACS, but that is a way of killing that AWACS that will get around the S-300. You could even do that in an F5 or a Viggen.
What are we going to do against the AWACS? Because it's at least
Easy.
We need a radar to be able to take it down.
No, not at all, Riddle. I've planned this. I think the best thing of this is a Viggen, 1 or 2 Viggens, in that channel. Nothing apart from a pair of missiles. That's all they've got. They're going to go Mach 1.2 all the way down that river, north east, along that river until they're underneath that AWACS. They'll know where that AWACS is because we'll put a waypoint underneath it. Then they look up. When they look up, they'll see a big con. I've already had a look. It makes a massive contrail in a clear Clement sky. You then go vertical. You'll be up to Angels 20 in a Viggen in seconds, and you just launch a bunch of missiles at it and kill it. You accept that you will die. There's almost, unless you can dive down real quick, there's no way of surviving the S-300 barrage. But then you've got the AWACS, and that may be what's required, along with draining the S-300 or killing it, to get the B-1 in. And you've only wasted $20 million at that point because it's only 2 Viggens.
But what's to say that they won't vector
they will.
QRA to you?
They will.
That it won't work if they have QRA.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a solution for that. I've got no way of affecting their QRA in this mission at all because they're going to set it right on the top of the S-300 and we can't get to
need a
it.
diversion, so send
diversion.
something into the west.
And here we go.
So you
Yeah,
go,
Well, we bomb their base so they can't respawn the Hornet.
no, if you look at the S-300, it's where you can get right down that east side of that picture without even coming within the S-300 range. As soon as you're over that GCI line, they're going to see Harriers or something coming in and going, that's what's going after the S-300.
Yep. Exactly, all right. So distraction, east is to the right, by the way. You know that, Alan?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, yeah. So a beautiful distraction, even if it's a massive distraction of planes at the Beslan area, is going to distract people. It's going to distract that QRA to Beslan because they're young and impulsive, and I'll think they'll fly over there and protect Beslan. At which point, a couple of Viggens can come from the west or the left, like I said, and get that AWACS down low. I think that would work if they follow the rules. Fingers crossed, they will follow the rules.
What's going to be protecting the missile draining F5s?
Distance. But here was my ideas. Let's say.
From cap.
So my idea is you had 5 F5s, yeah? It doesn't have to be here. You could have them, say, where the word tank cruise is. That's just an example. Put them roughly where that tank cruise is. Put them up high. Angels 20. That S-300 will start pumping missiles at them. You have to get a little bit closer, okay? They can't defend themselves, those F5s up there. They're sitting ducks. So we're going to spend the money, have the F-15 just behind the word tank cruise. He's going to racetrack behind the word tank cruise, and he's going to be pumping AMRAAMs at anything that comes to get those F5s. That's the only way I can see of protecting those F5s while they're doing their job.
Roger. The plan.
Why would you put them up that high? You can just have them lower so they can actually go low again when you get shot at.
Because the range of the S-300 is directly related to the hostile's altitude. If you're up at 40,000 feet, it can shoot its full range of 60 miles. If you're at 20,000 feet, then it's about 40-mile range or a little bit less. If you're on the deck, it has 10-mile range. So that's why it's important. We have to facilitate the S-300's range by going up higher. Because if you go down low, you're going to have to go 10 miles, right next to the S-300 to allow it to fire, because air resistance physics, blah blah blah. So that's three prong attack. We're kind of thinking there. 2 Vigans after the AWACS, a bunch of, hate to say it, but expendable, money-draining F5s at the tank crew area, or maybe the warbird where it says warbirds, somewhere around there.
You could combine the two. Just take, if you're essentially going to be using the F5s for Wild Weasel, why don't you stick them up with like 3 or 4 Mark 82s each? They head north and then head west, bomb Beslan, then climb back up to altitude to Wild Weasel, and you can do 2 with 1.
Sounds good. The only slight complication there is we have to kill that SA6 first by some device, because that has Beslan currently constantly protected, even from low level. So someone's got to seed that SA6, and I don't think we're going to be able to afford a frogfoot for it.
Harrier should be able
Going
to
up
do that and
against
bomb
Yori, Casual, Joker, and Grinkle. So
Harrier sidearms though.
Can we kill SA6s with Harriers? If you guys are confident on it, I'm happy to spend the money.
Yeah, I think so. SA6 will only fire up to 25,000 feet, is it? We can get up
It's
higher than that, 5 sidearms at it.
It has a maximum of 60,000 feet. I tested it today. It shot out the B1 at 60,000 feet, and it just petered out about a few feet below it. So you need 60,000 feet to beat it. The only way is an SU-25 or a Wild Weasel attack down low for an SA-6.
We can kill SA-6 and SA-10 with an Harrier, no problem.
Yeah, well, what about sending a couple of fucking warbirds in? They're beautiful killing SA-6s, warbirds are, as we found. SA-6s, well, it's up to you. I'm just trying to think logically. I mean, if you want to send Harriers in, then I'm perfectly happy to do it. If you guys can do that.
Love the idea of a Harrier with sidearm taking the SA-6 down and then the second Harrier launching over the runway.
That's fine.
Well, that's if you send the Harriers into the east, right along that corner of the east, that will also send a distraction to the GCI, and then the big ones will have a clear shot of the AWACS.
Okay, then. So what I'm thinking of, so what I'm hearing is you guys want a couple of Harriers, one to take out the SA-6, a seed Harrier, take out SA-6 at Beslan, closely followed up by a ground attack Harrier to ripple on Beslan runway. That's $10 million. Then a F5 contingent, which can carry backup bombs still, just in case something goes wrong with a Harrier. They can have a couple of backup bombs, but their primary task is to hang around the word Warbirds or somewhere around there and to drain that S-300. That's their mission. To be protected by an F-15, probably the Riddler, who's not going to waste that F-15, God help him, who's protecting...
Didn't do it last time.
Who's protecting this all of our troops around here. He's protecting everything, including the helicopters. So he's doing that. Also, we're going to have the choppers doing their chopper work. They've got a lot of important work to do, and all of that's going to tie together. And all of that is a whopping great distraction from the... God knows how this is going to be timed, but for the Vigans, 2 Vigans, we should go in and do my plan on the west and try and take out the AWACS from a belly shot. So it's coming together, isn't it?
If you want to do that, then I have no problems. Just you have to time it so that we have the QRA go past the AWACS and the Vigans at that time at the start of the valley outside the AWACS line.
Auntie.
So once the QRA launches and they are over near the Warbirds and the tank crews, they don't have time to turn around and go to the AWACS.
Yes, true. So we've decided our tactics. It took a while, but we got there. We've got a really complex flight, and we've spent all of our 155 million, believe it or not, on this flight. So it's going to be super hair-raising for Cap. The hostiles have chosen theirs. They've got 2 Mirages and 2 fish beds, and they are on respawn, and they have Warren GCI. Blues have 1 life only. Let me give you a recap of a mission just for everyone so they know their places, and just for the fans because they're probably not going to want to watch the whole thing. So just to say, Hammer, our mission is, once a suitable distraction has happened, we're going to move to this area here. We're going to follow this river in here. We're going to go as fast as we possibly can and take out the AWACS here. That will give us significant advantage in tactics and actually allow us, hopefully, to do the mission. Next is Buick. They are our sacrificial cows for today. Their mission is to fly to roughly where the word Warbirds is, and they're going to try and drain the S-300 SAM. They're going to make the S-300 SAM fire at them, and they're going to try and suck up those missiles, not dying, and they're going to use their RWR and their visual capability to take those missiles, run away, take the missiles, run away. Remember your 22 degree, all the stuff I've taught in the previous lessons. You've got to do that if you want to stay alive. Don't, for fuck's sake, fly into those missiles. Okay, that's a thing that has to happen. Be cautious. And the reason they're doing that is so that the B-1 will be able to get through the S-300 site. Okay, next that's happening is Sabre Hawks. Basically the same thing. Like the Tigers, they offer a bit of cap ability, but again, they're really there to drain the S-300s, okay, as well. So that's a thing. Dagger is P-Man, static, and a backup of Seethor 3 times. Jump Jet, they are tasking to try and get us 10 million bucks. They're destroying the SA-6 with a wild weasel attack, and they're putting rippling bombs down on Beslan just to get us some money. Next, and that shows we can't even afford one jump jet to get shot down to be in profit, so you've got to be super good. Dusty is Riddler and Hornet. They are 4th gen cover for today. They're going to be hanging around roughly where this area is, where the mouse is, protecting all of our flights. So there's 13, 14 guys down here they've got to protect while not getting shot down by the SAMs, but batting away basically the hostiles and keeping us protected. That's their mission. Last of all, Prius is going to be Letome and Joyce are Huey and MI8 pilots. They're going to attempt either or the WAGS mission or the tank cruise. Guys, just choose the one that you think you can do most safest. Whatever, I'll leave you to it. And that's the blue plans. The Reds have got Mirages, 2 Mirages, 2 fish bears on respawn. That is the briefing. It's a big, complicated mission, so stand by as we go and get the hell on with it. Okay, I'm getting my waypoints added in.
I can do that while DCS is
Or
running.
after the Harrier.
What channel was that?
Okay, Cap's got waypoints loaded. Setting waypoint 3 as a
135,
mic point.
155.
Waypoint 3 is our target point star.
Yes, sir.
Roger, let's do this nice and silent. Star brakes on, spool. We're going to go in full safety burning. 3, 2, 1, go. Off global. Rotate. style I feel like a sexy pair of biggins at the moment, that's what I feel like. I feel like we're doing this for the team. For the king, for the queen.
S5. Do you want us to hold short of the border, or do you want us straight in and start draining that S-300?
I think we're going to be ready for you. I think you guys can go straight in and we'll make our attack according to when you attack. Read back.
Roger that, we're going straight in and your attack will follow ours.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what they're doing. They're splicing out to the east a little bit of north, but I think it's okay. Right, Stahl, it's a real no, scratch that. We're not vulnerable because GCI can't see us out here. We are safe as airs is. We've got 18 Swedish miles until we get to waypoint 1. At that point the shit's going to hit the fan. But luckily I like throwing shit into fans, so we're all right. You must have an Ethernet cable now because you don't jump around anymore.
You got a power of that, I didn't tell you that. You mean, honestly, you gotta be kind of disappointed because I've had this power line adapter for fucking ages and I've had it lying around and forgot about it.
I'll find you and I'll hurt you.
Helicopters are ready.
Hey firm, as soon as the F5 start their attack, you are welcome up.
Affirmative.
Okay, sitrep 15.5 Swedish miles. Fuel is 110%. Waypoint set and checked. Waypoint 3 changed to Mike. For the weapons panel, no, IR fast select will do that for us. Cage bound, nav on. I think I'm all set up. Interior lights, the most important thing for any man.
Oh, those will
we will be needing them, especially if we make it out alive, which isn't going to happen.
Just quickly had to check with my pages.
Roger, good luck with your mission.
Final climb towards the evacs.
Yes.
We should either separate a little or really fly in parallel. Otherwise, we're risking shooting each other down.
That's a good point. Okay, we'll try and separate, if possible. I'll splay to the right. If there is such a thing, you splay slightly to the left.
Okay.
We are now 9 Swedish miles from waypoint 1. We are lagging behind a bit. To be honest, I'm not too worried because they are there to create a distraction. They are supposed to get there before us, so we'll stick with it so far. Speed is 700 clicks per hour, it's okay.
The thing is, it's probably best if the others go in a minute or two or three before us.
That's as things look. Yeah, it looks like that's going to happen. Basically at the moment, so let's run with it for now. If we've got to put stage 1 burn on, we'll go for it. I don't think we're going to need gas to get back, so real good.
The thing is, basically it'll just give us time because they will, they'll see someone pop up, and a lot of them pop up, and they'll hopefully just go for that. The thing is, if it goes dark and some MiG-21s or something come along, they'll pick him up from so far away.
Hawks are making good progress now. Boys.
2 times Mirage, nails on my nose.
Okay, here we go, the fight's on. Get up there, Riddler.
2 is dropping tank.
A firm, 1 is dropping tank. Tank dropped. Slightly worried that the Riddler and the Hornet have been left behind by 30 miles, 20 miles. Drifting left a bit to get on par with waypoint 1.
Okay, he's off from the far.
Good luck, choppers. Make us proud.
Hawks entering out. Hey, my 80's off the pad.
Waypoint 2 switched, and right, and that's our canyon. That's our canyon. In we go.
Also, one thing to note: when you're pulling up towards the AWACS, be careful. If you're gonna burn in at very high speeds, we don't wanna, rip or back out.
We will be very high speed, probably stage 3. So, okay, let's be careful not to get excited. Okay, I'm in the canyon now. Okay, I want to start getting rid of a bit of fuel, so we're about 60% when we're kind of heading into the final bit. So I'm going to go stage 1 for a bit. Let's cap stage 1 now. If we meet contact in here, let's just burn through. We can just outrun them with no low drag.
Carrier lead to all pilots. We are east of Beslan, engaged by Mirage.
Riddle, get in there. Getting horrible sun glare, it's hard to see the ground.
most importantly, it's annoying seeing the treetops.
Yes, it really is. Always going to be trouble this mission. Right, we've got a bit of wiggling coming up. About 1,000 clicks per hour. Mach 0.2 to a transonic.
Basically living for drag at this point.
Okay, we're through the border. We're now in their AWACS territory, so they can pick us up now and intercept us. Fuel, 90%. Distance, 30 clicks to waypoint 2. Then it's another 20 clicks. So about 50 clicks in total, about 30 miles. Let's go stage 2 burn, start building up the energy.
If you zoom in, you can see the AWACS actually at this point.
Oh yeah, Cap can't. Oh yeah, Joy AWACS. Come on, Charles, let's do it.
I hate this transonic area in the beginning.
Yeah, it's horrible. Bad design. I was so tempted to pull up now and go for it, but we can't. No, we have to go almost vertically up, otherwise the S-300 will nail us. Cap's getting RW... No, scratch it. Cap's clean, Cap's clean. Come on, I want you dead, I want you dead, I want you dead. We're about to hit waypoint 2. 80% gas. Here's where the shit hits the fan, there's no more cover.
Make sure to lead, make sure to give yourself plenty of lead.
Roger, good idea. Right, Cap's going stage 3, every man for themselves now, just find a way of making it to that thing. I'm going down, down, down. As low as I possibly can. Watch out for trees. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Careful when you're looking up not to... Scabs nails, Scab spike! S-300! Here we go! I'm going for it! You can go further if you want. Cap, lock. Cap, box 2. Fucking come on, come on, come on. Cap, box 2.
Pulling up, come on, shoot me up.
Adding lead. Catbox 2. Catbox 2. It's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Get out, get out, get out.
Tank crew is being extracted.
Good job.
Any signs of these mirages?
S-300 firing on F5s. S-300 firing up 3. Multiple launches. 5 launches. 6 launches. 7 launches.
What's your fuel state?
8 launches. F5s get left and right. Left and right. Get those Zs in there. 9 launches. Good draining work, guys. Well done. Keep extending, good work.
Any idea on the MiG-21?
Okay, at 5s you can go mill power, keep heading cold. Mill power, keep heading cold. Good job. All F5s look clean. All F5s look clean. Extend a little further though. F5s, get organised, get together, and rinse and repeat.
Second tank crew being extracted.
Just to remind you guys that.
Where's that cap?
What are the Hawks up to?
We're trying to get us S-300 shooter.
Hey,
That was one spike from an SE6. We now return to the, what, second tank crew is such. It's recurred. Can't let cap know. I don't know how to let him know. About 50%, I just don't want to be caught with my pants down. I don't know where the B-1 is. Actually, I'll stay on station a little bit longer and then return.
S-300 launch, S-300 launch, multiple launch for Hawks, I think. Head cold, put plenty of S's in.
By an SE10.
Keep going Hawks, they're getting close to you. Good terrain masking.
F5 inbound to second what we do.
Roger, good luck.
Landing site is full trees.
Get low, Allo, you might be out to terrain block if you're quick.
Phoenix, head back to the border. out, they're gonna try and do as many attacks as they want. So what I'd say is you and I really quickly return to base.
New S-300's out. I think it's F5s. I think it's F5s.
Head back high, head stay at the border, keep an eye out. What's your fuel state, Phoenix?
Yes, F5s is for you. 3 for F5s, 1 for Hawk. 3 for F5s, 1 for Hawk.
Ravens over the FOF is coming.
What am I missing here, Ken?
One is RTB.
Tomic, one of your men is still flying towards the S-300. You've got to get him out. It's going to die. Rage, immediate pull, immediate pull! Oh, you don't know how lucky you are. Clean. F5s and Hawks appear to be clean. Head in and reorganise and head in. Hawks, check 1 o'clock. Launches, S-300 on Hawks. Multiple launches. Tally 2 launches, tally 3 launches. Good work, Hawks. Keep it up, keep it up. Doing really well, guys. We've almost got rid of all of the SAMs.
Hey, Atomic, did Cap and them, were they able to take out the SA-10? Roger, the AWACS is down, AWACS is down. Awesome, thanks. Atomic inbound the wall, please, over.
Missiles out for Hawks. Missiles out for Hawks. Good man, that's the last missile out. Mission complete. Everyone RTB maximum speed. Trust me. Fark is where you want to be. Get to the Fark.
Copy. Crew Swan has landed with a crewman.
The B1 is here. The B1 is here. He's making his run.
Roger, put it down if you can. Otherwise, bye-bye airframe. It's not too much for a loss.
Put it in the pass. You get the money back if you land it in the pass. B1 is over the S-300. It had one more SAM. It's launching its North SAM. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. No! B1's hit. Roger, never mind, RTB.
Roger that.
Well done.
Sometimes that 5 on final runway 313 emergency landing and low fuel.
Roger, it went down, everyone report raising.
Vacate runway as soon as possible. We have a hot S5 coming in on emergency landing.
Okay, just don't stall it, don't stall it, don't stall it. Good save, F5! Good save, very good. Once you park, engines off please, engines off.
Harrison, inbound from runway 13 to east.
Tunnel vacating active. The guy who landed short of the runway, how do we play that one?
Yeah, he's all good. I'll just come and pick him up in the truck.
Harrison on final to runway 138.
I bet not in a new corrupt.
Everyone, please back onto the Discord for debrief. So welcome back. So that's debrief. So there was, I mean, it's a really frigging cool mission, you've got to admit. Hammer, that was me and Stahl. We did our sneaky little attack from the west. We got in, we went down the pipe, we got to the AWACS, popped up on it, and I shot it, but the S-300 shot me down just as my last missile was out. Stahl then did his thing, RTB'd, AWACS down, and that was that. Then I became a helper for the F5s and the Hawks, just calling out any S-300s I could see, and we drained them. They drained them as best they could, and unbelievably there was one missile left, one missile S-300 that we forgot we didn't drain, which is my bad, and that shot the B-1 down. Can you believe it? Bit of bad luck.
Cap.
Just a rotten bit of luck there basically. B-1 came in, but the last missile got him. That's really frustrating, so that's 30 million wasted, but never mind, that was done. Buick F5s, excellent, well done, you did your mission very well. What did it like from your point of view?
It was quite scary, just kind of just having to fly blind, knowing that there were enemy fighters out there as well, and you just kind of, all you've got to go with is your RWR. And we strayed into the SA6 umbrella at the beginning by accident, so we had to evade that as well.
Cool.
Can I? At least you had an RWR.
Yeah, the poor old Hawks.
And I ran out of gas on the way back in the F5 and landed short of the runway.
Yeah, but you did land short.
How close was that missile to me, Cap? When you took
Oh yeah, it'll be in the. You can see the rivets on it basically. It was flying in formation with you, and I was like, rage, and I just said move quickly, and then as soon as you pull back on the stick, it just blew up. Oh fucking
close.
hell. So that was that was interesting. Then the Hawks did a pretty good job. Call it out, Hawks. What did you get up to?
So we went east and then came past Beslan to try and get the SA6 to fire missiles at us so the Harriers could do their job. Fortunately, I don't think that worked too well. We then started wild weaseling. On our last run, I called RTB and a Mirage came in and ruined my day.
Roger.
Hello.
you got bundled. Other than that, I mean, the Hawks, they did a good job with the S-300s. They must have wasted about 15 S-300 missiles, and that's not an easy thing to do in a training jet, so that was pretty good. Where are we? Sabre, Dagger? Who's Dagger?
That was us in the Harriers.
Right, what did you get up to, guys?
We transited north following the F5s. The F5s turned westbound before we thought they were going to. We turned west, sort of slightly north of their position, to run in on Beslan. Sether and I went in first with sidearms to try and take down the SA-6 radars, and then Auntie came in behind us with Snake Eyes to drop them on Beslan's runway. As we got close, we got intercepted by one of the Mirages, and unfortunately it took me and Sethor getting shot down before Riddle and Phoenix arrived to see them off. It was just a little bit of sort of like not pushing far enough forward with the cap cover, because as soon as one of the Fox 3s went out on one of the Mirages, they just turned cold and ran away, and if that had happened a little earlier, then it would have prevented me and Sethor getting hit by them.
Roger, there's a slight timing issue. I did notice, because I was an autopilot all the way, I did notice the Hornets and the F-15s. They're about 30 miles south of the line. I thought, should I call them forward? Should I not call them forward? No, so that was it's a tough one when you're dealing with so much money, but that was a thing. Alright, did you get it bombed?
Yes, we did get it bombed, but unfortunately we lost 2 Harriers in the process.
Yeah.
So.
What happened to Riddle at the end?
What do you mean?
Well, we were still in with the Hawks and the F5s, and we started getting shot down by Mirages.
I couldn't tell. No one was talking to me.
Yeah, we couldn't. I couldn't say anything because obviously all I could do was call out the missiles. I couldn't say enemy fighters and stuff. So.
Cap, can I go ahead and say that you calling out the missiles might not be very fair?
Okay, fine. It doesn't matter. We lost horribly anyway, so it doesn't matter.
The problem with the Hawk is it hasn't got an RWR, so we can't really communicate unless we see them visually.
Roger, were you on 243, Riddle?
SRS was not working. It's a glitch where I can close if SRS didn't connect, it was unknown. I close it down, and I still talk on SRS. I'm on whatever frequency it was on last.
That would be why we couldn't control that.
Riddle.
So the next group, helicopters. What did you get up to today?
Well, I and the mate did pretty well, and got 3 crewmen back.
All the way back. So that's 15 million.
Yeah.
Nice. Someone owns that man a beer.
And Joyce, I believe. He did bring Wags back.
And you got him back safely.
Safe.
Oh, now I'm happy. So that's right. So this time it wasn't really for the planes, but the helicopters did their job this time, and that's 25 million bucks. So that's going to offset a lot of our lost Harriers and Vigans. So well done, boys. I think you saved the day today. Okay.
Good job, Helos.
Good job, Helos. Yeah, that's exactly right, because they can, it's very easy to cock up in a Helo, cook your engine, hit a power line and stuff, so it's not easy stuff.
All nearly done multiple times.
Yeah, I thought you might have. Alright,
Totally didn't broke the landing gear in the last landing.
That's okay. Nothing happened. We will cut that out. Alright, and Riddle's group, what did you guys get up to?
Well, we wanted to try and stay away from the fight until we were called in, and we would see people fighting. I couldn't tell when people were fighting, so we stayed below. We tried to stay out of the GCI line and go in when we started to see contacts and got calls. Speaking of which, there's been some issues about having the AWACS call stuff.
We've been a bit unlucky, put it that way. We shouldn't have lost the B1, but we did. What about Reds? What do you guys got up to?
Yay!
Yeah.
So,
well, basically, me and
go
the
ahead,
of our life chasing
Joker
this
did it, yeah.
fucking B1 at 60,000 doing 1,000 knots, 30 miles, cold from us. So we just gave up.
We started the mission under the assumption that the B1 would be even remotely interceptable. So what we did is we had us sat on the runway for 30 of the 40-minute respawn time of the thingy, so we just sat there for 30 fucking minutes waiting for the B1 to spawn. We got up to about 30,000 feet only for the fucking thing to spawn above us, and just 60,000. It spawned 30,000 feet above us, and it was just this isn't gonna.
Also, like the main problem here obviously is the B1 re-entered the atmosphere cold from the MiG-21s.
Boys. Well, I mean, even if we were hot, man, we didn't have it was just too high, man. We were at 30,000 feet, stalling our aircraft, trying to maintain.
Your misery makes me so happy. I just wish
the Mirage flight went well, though.
Yeah, the Mirage flight didn't do too badly.
Who was I firing on, by the way?
And I killed.
It was probably one of the Mirages. I think it was Signori. You did spend like 4 rounds on them.
50 miles. No, I shot only
one of you guys hit me.
No, it wasn't. It was Sethor hit you in the face with a sidearm Signori, and
I went back, flew back, and repaired.
I think casual. It was casual that Riddle rattled one off on.
Yeah, because I did get hit.
Ran away.
Roger. Okay, well done, Reds. Basically, the main mission, annoyingly, you won. It was your Mirages in the end. We just, because you were taking out all of our wild weasels, we just couldn't wild weasel the last
we had it prioritised, right? So whichever frames we wanted to intercept and which ones we didn't want to intercept.
Roger, and we're lucky the 2 ones were sitting on the runway then, because I don't think we could have got this far, even with, I don't think our helicopters and stuff could have survived with those 2 ones, so it's worked out. Okay.
Jacob went AFK for 20 minutes.
I just went for 20 minutes. I just couldn't be bothered waiting on the runway for the B1 to spawn, and it came back, the message that came, I was like sat there for another 20 minutes till it spawned.
I was streaming, obviously I've got the world's least interesting
You're kidding, Grinkle? That's hilarious.
Right, well,
that's great.
that was good. That was probably one of the toughest missions we've ever done. It had pretty much everything working against us, and we, all round we did pretty well. Everyone did pretty well there. No one cocked anything up really. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, next time.
I dropped my bags too early because I was afraid of getting yelled at by Cap.
Yeah, I do that.
Ran out of gas halfway.
Oh, really? Where did you land it in the end?
I landed it in the mountains. I landed fine, and then spun out, and it just blew up.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, so be it. All right.
Can I just say before we had the briefing that those Vigans completely caught me off guard?
Oh, we knew it. That was our curveball joker.
I saw you guys basically lining up on the GCI line, right? So I was like, I can't tell them. I can't tell the interceptors until they get in. So and then Signori and Casual are getting tied up, right? So I'm focused on them. By the time I noticed that you guys were hot on the AWACS, there was only like maybe 40 nautical miles left, and you guys were way too fast for the MiG-21 QRA to do anything.
Wicked. I'm glad that worked, because usually everything already fucks up.
I reckon we were one grumble away from
We were one grumble. The thing is that it was getting really dark, and I couldn't see. Basically, you can tell if the grumble was in it or not because there's a cap on the top, and I couldn't see any of the caps left on the top. But it's hard to see, as you'll see in the movie, because it was really dark. I couldn't tell what was a cap and what was a hole. And I made a bad call. If I'd have sent Atomic on a full suicide mission, he would have got that one last grumble. The B1 would have got through, probably, because the boys, like I said, I kind of cheated where I put the B1, and it would have got through, and we would have had our 30 million bucks and our B1 to go and bomb the Reds. But it wasn't to be. That was God paying me back for calling out Sam.
Probably you wouldn't have. My game crashed, so I just had to respawn, and then, I probably could have caught up with the B1 when he was landed and killed him.
Yeah, I suppose, but never mind. All right, any final productive thoughts before I go and try and put this together somehow?